Hey guys, it's Coach Greg here at the X Project School of Fitness. I'm back with another bodyweight movement progression series. This is level 2 of our pistol progression series. So in level 2, we're gonna be working on step ups. I'm gonna introduce the standard box step up and also the lateral step up. And the standard step up is mainly just gonna be used as a prerequisite towards the lateral step up. I do think that the lateral step up is gonna be more applicable to your single leg squat progressions, but feel free to use both of these. So first, in your standard step up, you're gonna approach the box that's gonna be right in front of you. You're gonna make sure you get your whole foot on the box. That way we can drive through our heel. And before you try to step up on the box, what you should do so that we can isolate this leg as much as possible is lean forward, try to get as much body weight over top of that foot as you can. And then when we're trying to stand up, you're squeezing your glutes, driving all the way up on that single leg, trying to hit full hip extension first before we put that second foot on the box. So that's gonna make sure this is the most effective in building that single leg strength. On the way down for the negative portion, we're gonna step down, keeping that same foot on the box that we just stepped up with. And again, we're gonna try to reach down slowly, trying to control this negative, keeping that weight over top of this foot, and then slow and controlled come back down to the box. So that's your standard step up. The lateral step up is not much different. Instead of facing the box, it's gonna be right next to you on the side. And again, we're gonna step up, put one foot on the box, make sure that whole foot is on the box. We're gonna lean to the side, put as much body weight over top of that foot as we can. And then again, driving up by squeezing your glutes, standing up, hitting full hip extension on that single leg, and then making sure again that we control that negative as we go back down to the floor. Now, something that's going to arise when we do the lateral step up and not so much with your standard step up is that knee position can vary widely. So just like our regular squats when we have 2 feet on the floor, we want to make sure that this knee is driving out over the outside half of our foot. We never want that knee caving inside. So as I'm doing the lateral step up, I'm paying attention to the position of my knee, slow and controlled, driving up on that single leg, making sure that knee stays over the outside half of my foot. Same exact thing on the way down, controlling the position of that knee. So that's your lateral step up. Again, if you can do both correctly, I would suggest spending more time doing the lateral step up because it's going to simulate the position of a single leg squat a little bit better than your standard step up will. Now, the position of the box or the height of the box is going to be really important actually. When you're first starting off, I would suggest starting off with a lower box. This would be a 20-inch box, just to ensure that we can go through that whole range of motion, isolating that single leg. So you're gonna be better off starting with the lower box, being able to drive all the way up on that single leg, as opposed to switching to a higher box, just for the sake of a bigger number, being able to use that bigger height, and having to drive off with that back leg just to hit full range of motion. So once you progress and you can do 5 lateral step ups in a row on one side with a 24-inch box, then you're ready to move on to level 3. But just because you move on to level 3 doesn't mean that you should never do step ups again. In the more advanced exercises in this series, they're all going to be balancing exercises where you're on that single leg for the entire range of motion. So if you're training those more advanced exercises, you should do those skills first, because the balancing exercises are going to require more focus because they're higher level skills. But then if you have time after you finish those balancing exercises, you should try to fit in a few sets of the step ups or the lateral step ups. That way you can add some more volume for that single leg squat strength training. Something else that you can do with the step ups is add a little bit of weight to it once they get easy. So something simple that you can do, just hold some dumbbells in the front rack position or just hold them down by your hips. And again, try to do a few lateral step ups, making sure that we're still isolating that front leg as best as possible, not driving off of the back leg. If you're going to use weights, I would suggest that you still keep your reps to 3 to 5 for each set on each leg, because if we're working more than 5 reps, you're going to start working more towards endurance, and we're really trying to build pure strength, building up to your first single leg squat, your first pistol.